Ladies and gentlemen, introducing the worst fucking podcast you've ever heard. Both Mikes.
See, the applause makes it all worth it, Mike. And we stayed in the room while the intro played. That's new, right?
Yeah, I didn't pick my nose once. I'm impressed.
Welcome to Both Mics, everybody.
Hey, guys, Both Mics is a show about nothing and everything. You name it. That over there is Mike Sofka.
And that over in that direction is Mike Taylor. And together we are Both Mics. See what we did there?
Oh, welcome. Yes, we're snazzy like that, right? All right, welcome to show 107.
Wow.
We're Both Mics. We're heard everywhere. You can hear podcasts. Catch us live right now at both Mics. Hello. Well, actually, bothmics.com. You can catch us there. But twitch.tv/bothmics is our live streaming platform for the moment today. You catch us there 7 o'clock on Fridays till about 9 o'clock or so. We take a little break in the middle. So how you doing, Mr. Sofka?
The old man noises. I like it.
Yeah.
It's like that commercial where that guy's coaching the old people not to be old, and the guy's going to sit down, and he's like, oh, and he goes, okay, stop. See what you did there?
Yeah. Yep. And I remember being younger going, why do people make those noises?
Yeah.
Just freaking stand up. Just go, Sit up, sit down, roll over, play dead, whatever. Gee, what's up with the noises? It's like what they call the death rattle. Is that a death rattle? Just cut it out, stand up, and go away. So,
that's funny.
Yeah.
Hey,
and here we are.
It's time because we have a bunch to get into today. It's time, if I can find it, for my second favorite part of the show. So hang on, I'm trying to find it.
It's over there.
Yeah.
Nope.
Yeah, there it is. I found it.
Right,
all
there
right,
we go.
We're going to
Good.
stay on
all
with
right.
it, too.
You got your shit together today, buddy.
Bug-looking alien! We're back!
Warning! Alien approaching! Warning! Biophysical experiments extremely dangerous for Earth people.
It's a pretty good robot. He's a little bit of an alien, too. But I think he's an alien. You could be an alien robot, right? Like, not all robots are domestic.
I computed the aliens. They are capable of sinister and dangerous acts.
You weird alien man!
All right, Mike, tell everybody what the alien update is. Tell them what we do here.
It is an update about aliens.
There
I
you
have
go.
a question. My wonderful wife watches kind of half-consciously TV shows in the middle of the night and while she's working here at this desk. And she watches The Doctors, which is not a soap opera. It's like an Oprah-type show about doctors and medical stuff. They were talking about health and, of course, imagine that. And they had Tony Robbins on. You know who Tony Robbins is, right?
Yeah, he's that guy with the giant friggin' head that does the motivational things. You pay him thousands of dollars to go to a hotel somewhere and walk across hot coals.
Yeah, because you think you can, you can. If you think you can't,
you're right.
Can't.
Exactly.
You're right. Either way. Actually, kind of a good guy. I've read a couple of his things and helped me in certain situations, but nothing has changed my life much. Would he be considered an alien?
He, I think, might not be an alien because he lacks, I think he lacks furthering us through technology and culture. So I'm not sure that what he does, even though it's motivational, I'm not sure he influences the culture or the fabric of our community or the monetary stuff we have going on or the products we have going on.
Right. He's not a mover and shaker, but he has changed many lives.
Yeah.
He does kind of get in there deeper than the average person.
Well,
and he's a little bit more. I think he's more than motivational. He actually does have some exercises that you can do.
I think what he might be is in the Bible. I'm trying to remember. I have read the entire Bible. I'm trying to remember who it was. They were the giants. They were like these giant beings. And the Nephilim or somebody like that, and they watched over the people, and they were obviously not from here, and they were like 8, 9, 10 feet tall, these giant beings. So I
Okay.
think he needs to do one of those, what do they call that? Ancestry.com things and see if he's related to Andre the Giant or what he's doing there. That guy's huge,
Yeah.
man. That guy's huge. All right.
He has
well,
a net worth. Guess what?
yeah, what? 100
Guess
million?
500 million, bro.
That's pretty strong. That's
For
pretty
starting off as a janitor in freaking L.A. Yeah,
Well,
that's pretty good.
He's got a guy that's got him beat, and that's Elon Musk, of course. He's worth like
Right.
300 billion.
Yeah.
As you know, we've talked about Musk just about every week. This almost is the Musk update, but these other clowns aren't doing as much, so this is where we are.
Right.
This guy pictured next to him here is Saudi Prince Alawid bin Tala Al Saud. Say that
I'm
10
impressed.
times real fast backwards.
Right.
Well,
Now, I noticed he must be going out for a picnic. I see he has one of those picnic
Yes.
tablecloths.
Yes,
And,
that's what he does. And he's got those long
He
ring
has a
toss.
big mole
Yeah.
on his chin, and it just
Yes.
winked at me. What's up with that?
Yes. It's got hair coming out of it. Awesome.
Yeah, it winked. It definitely winked.
So he's chimed in and tried to put himself in the middle of this, saying that he believes that the proposed offer by Elon Musk at $54.20. You see what he did there with the 420? That was on purpose. That was to troll certain people. $54.20 a share doesn't come close to what the Saudi prince thinks it should be. And he says, being he's one of the largest and long-term shareholders of Twitter, the kingdom, and I reject this order. So Musk is not afraid to tweet back. Musk tweeted back, I just have two questions. How much of Twitter does the kingdom own directly and indirectly? And what are the kingdom's view on journalistic freedom of speech? Well, we already know the answers to both of those things. So that kind of put the clap back on him, shut him up. So Musk ain't afraid. He'll go toe-to-toe with a Saudi prince with billions of dollars.
Right.
You know what the difference is between the Saudi prince and Elon Musk? Even if their worth was the same, Elon Musk
enjoys bacon.
Yes. He enjoys that. Yes, I think
Did I steal your answer? Was that what you were going to say?
No, you're good. No, you're good. I think it's the fact that the prince here is sitting on all his wealth, literally underneath the ground. He's not doing anything spectacular. They're drawing an oil derrick and they fucking pull up the oil. Musk goes out there. He's shooting up rockets, inventing cars, computer systems. He's taking us into the 21st century here, you know?
Yep.
Pretty soon, before movies, it's going to be, instead of 20th Century Fox, it's going to be 21st Century Musk.
Yeah. And the thing is, like, 40 years ago, Musk was disgusting. It was that deer piss perfume that you used to buy at the freaking drugstore.
Nice. Yes.
Right? Isn't Musk like an aftershave or something?
Yes. I think that's for both. I think it comes off beavers'
gross.
asses, and I think then you smear it on yourself to attract females.
Yes. Amazing.
See the difference in my positivity of this show? Everything's yes. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you've been a little spicy the past few shows.
Yeah. No, this is the new positive mic.
Oh, good. You got your internet working, so that does amazing things.
I wouldn't go that far. Come on, really? All right, you know who that guy is pictured next to Musk there? Do you know who that is, Mike?
That looks like the same guy. He's got that's a microphone, not a mole.
Yes.
Yeah, that's Mr. Mark Cuban, Mr. Sweatpants himself.
That is correct. Now, Mark Cuban is trying to get involved because everybody sees what's happening here. So Mark Cuban,
everybody's a shark now, right?
Yeah,
everybody's in the Shark Tank.
This is according to get the name of this website, Bro Bible. Bro Bible. Don't ask me how I got there. Mark Cuban floats theory to explain why Elon Musk really offered to buy Twitter.
Okay.
He's one of many people that are putting their thoughts in after Musk has made his bid. Maverick owner floated the theory, and he says it's been less than 2 weeks since Elon Musk has purchased a 9.2% stake in Twitter and casually added $780 million to his estimated $260 billion net worth after the company's stock surged thanks to the news of his investment. Yada, 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 yada. Here's what Cuban did. He's saying Elon Musk is This is what he put out on Twitter, and I'm surprised he doesn't get banned because he used a foul word. He says, my conclusion is at Elon Musk is fucking with the SEC. His filing with the SEC allows him to say he wants to take a company private for $54.20 versus the am considering taking Tesla private at $4.20 funding secured. So either way, I mean, whatever Musk does, he's going to win here. Okay, the SEC doesn't even know what the fuck is going on. Basically, they're like doing a double take here.
Yeah, no one's done this before. What do we do?
Well, if you think about it, his buying at 30 and whatever, he's already won. He could sell all his stock today. He can unload it today and get 70% return, something like that. Okay?
I don't know about that. Yeah, it's looks like 27% return. He is.
That was the top of my head.
Actually, no. Yeah,
I knew there was a 7 in there. I was doing a quick math.
Yeah, we're at $45.08.
Well, it went down 9 points today. It was nearly up to 54. But now the reason why it went down is a company, and I don't know if I had this marked somewhere else. A company called Vanguard has bought up a shit ton of it. Vanguard is a company that holds 401ks and so forth. I used to invest with
a good portion of my biggest 401k is invested in Vanguard and Target.
Well, as of yesterday,
Target, department store, but Target, yeah.
As of yesterday, as of the 14th at the close of, when the bell rung on Wall Street, I haven't checked today. It was like $9 down, and Vanguard purchased a bunch more at like $50. They're up to 11 point something %. And so they're no longer, so Musk is no longer the single highest shareholder outside of what may have happened today. But he's putting a lot of pressure, Musk is, on the stockholders, pissing off the ownership, the guys who are on the board who are really running things right now, albeit whether you agree with it or not. I personally don't agree with the way they do business, but it is what it is. I think what's happened here is Musk is going to win either way. He put a poll out on Twitter, using Twitter to use a poll about him buying the company. And he said, should the shareholders be responsible for making the decision on whether I'm allowed to buy all the shares up? And 84% of the shareholders said yes. So it's going to be interesting to me to see what they do. Because if Musk drops all his stocks in one day, what do you think it's going to do to the stock?
Right, it'd take a total dump.
10% of the companies flying out the door, and then people were like, oh shit, what's Musk know? Musk is smart, he's bailing.
Right. Anyway. Yep. Well, that's why the SEC exists for stuff like this.
Well, Mark Cuban's calling him out because he's thinking the SEC isn't doing anything.
Well, did he actually say what Mark Cuban thought the reason for him buying it all was? Did he get to that part yet?
No, because he thinks he was just fucking with the SEC, but then he comes back to say every major tech, this is on Twitter, every major tech company, Google, Facebook, et al., is on the phone with their antitrust lawyers asking if they can buy Twitter and get it approved. And Twitter is on the phone with their lawmakers asking which can be their white knight. Then he goes on to say he thinks Twitter will do everything possible not to sell the company. There's a theory out there that they'll even... they'll do something to affect their own stock. Like they'll do something to fuck with their earnings and everything, and the stock will drop like a rock. I kind of hope they do that. You know why? Because I will go buy the shit out of it.
Right.
Because somebody's going to snatch it back up.
Right.
Are you big on Twitter?
No, I rarely go on it. I've been on Twitter more in the past year with this show than I have the previous 10 years.
Okay.
Now, who's that a picture of on the left? Is that Elon Musk on the left?
On the left. That's at the Cyber Rodeo.
Oh, okay. I thought that was Garth Brooks for a minute there.
No, he does kind of look like that. He's got the Joe Biden aviator glasses on with the small cowboy
I noticed
hat.
that.
He's got a Texas belt buckle. Yeah. Well, he's trying to blend in. He's got the jeans that are too stiff and aren't worn in yet. They're fresh off the rack. They're dark blue. He's
got an extra hand on his crotch.
Yes, you see that in the crowd in the shadow. That's awesome. Good find. I didn't see that at first. That's awesome.
It's either that or it's E.T. E.T. came to visit.
We got one guy on the left with a hand on his crotch, and we got the guy on the right with a thing on his face.
Right.
All right.
Yeah, it's kind of gross looking.
So, pretty much the reaction to Elon Musk doing this is, and I'll use the Daily Wire's quote. And I got a picture of Musk here. He's laughing because he's laughing at everybody right now.
He looks British there. Doesn't he look British?
No, he doesn't look that British. He's got good teeth.
He's from South Africa, right, or something?
Yeah, South
yeah,
Africa.
so that's a British. Well, not a colony. I guess a British colony.
Well, see, here's my question: could he have started a small business with the Small Business Association as a minority owner because he'd be African American?
Very possible.
Think about
Very
it.
possible.
He's in a perfect situation.
Right.
He could get into any college he wants.
Could he buy South Africa?
I think so. I think
his net worth is more than their gross national profit or whatever they go by.
Surfing around today, I came across somebody had a meme or something, and I don't know if there's any truth to this, but the guy says he's from Sri Lanka, and they've just defaulted on all their debt. The company's drowning right now. They're
wow.
The country's like done. So he's given him 3 different options that he thinks can help Sri Lanka. Like so many million or billion can save us. So many million or billion will save us and let us flourish. And then a little more million or billion, I don't remember the exact numbers, but that top level, it sounded like a multi-marketing thing. Like, where do you want to get in at? Do you want to get in where you're making money? They were like, you could be the president of Sri Lanka. I get it. These people are desperate, right? Probably, and they're like,
Sri Lanka has their own Patreon account.
Yeah. So
you can get in at the gold level, the platinum level.
Nice.
You want VIP? Yeah. We can do VIP.
Yeah. Well, they ought to have one of those. What do they call that when you're trying to get a business, a startup? One of those startup things.
Kickstarter.
Yes. Kickstarter. Buy Sri Lanka. I'm going to start that. All right, so according to Daily Wire, Elon Musk can fuck off. That's the reaction exploding online over Musk buying to outright buy Twitter and take it private. Elon Musk is literally
Did they call him the C word too?
No, they said
they like using that word.
The big quote from this is Elon Musk is literally attempting to own the libs. So this is a pretty good thing. Some of the popular things that are left. Barstool Sports founder Dave Portnoy bluntly said that Musk has Twitter by the balls by saying he'll dump his stock if the board doesn't approve his offer. Left-wing commentator Tony Posnanski, I don't know who that is, says, I'm up and Elon Musk can fuck off. And then Whitney Dawn Carlson, whoever that is, said, fuck you, Elon Musk. This is how they're using Twitter. But, see, they can do this on Twitter. But somebody expressing a different viewpoint than them, that's hate speech. And it's fact-checked by somebody eating a donut at 3 a.m, rubbing their crotch. And then you're off. That's okay. Here's another one.
Yeah.
I'm frightened by the impact on society and politics if Elon Musk acquires Twitter, Max Boot wrote. He went on to say he seems to believe that on social media anything goes. For democracy to survive, we need more content moderation, not less. So this guy's saying we need more censorship. We don't need less. In order for us to thrive as a country, we need to shut off free speech. What say you, Mike?
Whatever. It doesn't matter. Nothing matters.
Sure it does, dude. Have you not seen video of what's going on in Shangri-La? What is that, Shanghai? Have you seen that?
Shanghai? Where's that, China?
Yeah. Do you know why you haven't seen it?
Because I don't care.
Well, that, and it's the MSM doesn't want you to see it. These people are on lockdown in Shanghai. The entire city of Shanghai and the surrounding areas are on total lockdown. They're not allowed to leave their house or their home or their apartment. People are screaming out the windows. They're jumping in suicide. They're eating their pet dog and cat because they have no more food. They've been on lockdown so long. Nobody's seen this. Huh?
For what?
For COVID, dude. It's an election year. We got to get this shit going again. We got to get more mail-in voting. We got to get COVID going, man. Crazy, dude.
What a Chinese woman stuck in lockdown with blind date. Can you imagine that?
That's funny. I hope they're getting along. Hopefully one of them is fat and can eat the other one.
Wow. This was back in January, dude. January 12th. There's no, just still locked down.
Somebody,
3 months later.
Oh yeah, dude. Oh yeah. Carol Roth on Twitter goes on to say, "I'm gonna leave Twitter if Elon Musk takes over," and then they jokingly say, "That's the new I move to Canada if Trump wins."
Yeah, this was all back in January.
It's now, dude. It's right now. It's going on right now. You don't see it because it's not part of the agenda, dude. It's not approved by the media. You've seen our new promo. You've seen that, right?
Promo?
Yeah, for our show.
Yeah.
Where it has like 40 people all saying the same script in other parts of the country about how fair and biased they are. You shared it today. You haven't watched that?
Really?
Yeah, you need to watch it. There's like 100 screens. I got them all edited on there. They're all saying the same thing at the same time.
Well, it's because it's all owned by one freaking company, dude.
Yeah, George Soros.
Your freaking affiliate in Jacksonville and in Orlando. And
No.
Nebraska.
It's not all like Fox. It's not all like NBC. It's not all like ABC. It's a cross of all of them. And they're all saying the exact same thing. They're all on the same friggin' script. It's been this way for years, and nobody cares. Because most people are like you, Mike. As long as it doesn't affect, and it's not a bad thing, but as long as it doesn't affect you, you're not even going to look at it. You're not interested. And I get it.
Yeah.
I get it.
Good. I got shit to do.
So that total at $54.20 a share, that was $41 billion to buy all of Twitter. Do you think that's enough, Mike?
41 billion?
Yeah.
I bet he'll have some left over.
Yeah.
He might be able to go to White Castle afterwards, or maybe movies.
They
Run
said
by
for
movies.
they said for the next 20 years. I saw this somewhere today online. I probably have it off a little bit, but for like the next 20 years, Elon Musk could buy 900 Lamborghinis every day and still have $20 million a year left over.
Wow.
That's sick money, dude. That's more money
It
than
is.
I thought existed at some point. I mean,
Right? There's only so much you can count.
anyway. Techie Fiction has said something. I've went to their
Fiction?
site today. Yes, Techie Fiction.
Okay. On
Yes.
purpose?
Yes, on purpose.
All right. What do they have to say?
Well, Elon Musk's first ever warp bubble is creating a huge controversy. They're saying this warp bubble, he's announced his intention to create the first ever space warp bubble. In layman's terms, that means he plans to develop a way to build super fast transportation capabilities for humans in space using nothing but existing technology and no new inventions needed at all. His announcement has stirred up quite the controversy among other space companies who are worried about what this will mean for the future of space travel and scientific innovation in general. So here's another picture to kind of give you a visual. And by the way, this is kind of a troll with the background. It's got a, with Musk there, it's got like a Star Trek cruiser behind him. It's
Right.
kinda,
The USS Enterprise.
yeah, kind of like you found the hand on his crotch in the other one. I'm finding they like
now
to
he's
do that.
got a spaceship coming out of his butt.
Yeah. So here's another visual of what that might look like. This thing called a warp drive.
All right.
It kind of looks like a black hole in a way to me, as I've seen those. Not personally, but I've seen visions of those, you know. And there's another look at it. So, but think
Right.
about it. We've talked about this, about time travel in the past. You're saying no because somebody would come back, right?
Right. Somebody would come back and you would know because there'd be a DeLorean on your front yard. Yeah. Yeah.
So
Somebody
if I
would
knock
screw
on
up.
your door in the next 3 minutes, you'll believe?
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Yep. If anybody would knock on my door in the next 3 minutes, I'll believe. All right?
Well, this is
Yeah,
a shorter.
There's too much infinite time
Yes.
after the invention of time travel that somebody wouldn't come back and give George Washington an Uzi. You know what I mean?
I get it.
Like, get off my lawn.
Well, what if time travel is kind of linear and we're not a part of time? Time exists outside of us, but it's something that we've invented to track things. Maybe time isn't really a real thing. Maybe it goes back to Mikeism #1. Everything's fake. Maybe it's our world and time's just in it. Maybe we have more control over time than we think. I don't know. I believe whatever Elon Musk says. How about that?
Well, yeah, and like I've said before, when you were little, and everybody's like, well, if you dream it, you can achieve it, and you're like, no, that's bogus. But then, like, all these things that are happening, the way things have advanced more in the past 15 years than they have the previous 40, 100.
Crazy.
This thing carrying a computer that has more space on it than the freaking Saturn V rockets that went to the moon.
Well,
that was the Apollo rockets.
Do you remember as a young child or as a teenager going to Disney World and going to stand in line for Space Mountain, and on the way in they had those little vignette type things, like a little room, and it had like a fake robot, and they were looking at their computer on their TV, and she was doing her homework on the TV with the... I was like, no fucking way. Nobody's doing their homework on their TV. I'd rather watch TV. Well, this is before, computers were really a huge thing. I'm talking about like the early 80s, late 70s, whatever. Do you remember that?
Yeah, of course. Well, dude, look at the industry I'm in. All right. I do mortgages for people who are 3,000 miles away. And, like, I don't shuffle paper. People don't sign with ink anymore. There's certain documents you have to sign with ink, but most of the stuff I deal with, even if it was paper at one time, is scanned into a PDF, and, it can be manipulated, moved, it can be sent across the world in a matter of seconds. It's amazing. And like, I have a laptop, but I have 3 monitors. So essentially, like, I have like 4 feet of TV screens to work from.
Yeah.
You couldn't even do that 10 years ago.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Well,
it's changing.
It's gradually been happening. It didn't happen all at once overnight. You know why? If they dumped all this on us, we'd be overwhelmed. I think that's the real reason why they haven't revealed, aliens here on Earth. I think they're here. I think they're here already. I don't think they're coming. I think they're here. I think a lot of them are lizard people. Reptilians, if you would. There's Archurians. Those people are very Nordic in appearance. Very pale skin, blonde hair, stuff like that. Then there's those grays that a lot of people see with the giant bulging eyes. So there's probably somewhere between 8 to 12 that I'm familiar with from doing research and stuff. I really think that you're not buying aliens at all, whether it's Musk or not. You're not buying aliens at all. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, you'd have to show me.
You just got done saying, if you can think about it, it's possible. You just got done saying that.
Who says that we can't be that way?
Who says we're not the aliens? Who says that years ago we weren't brought here from another planet because we shit that one up and they made us start over here?
Very possible.
Who's to say that? And there is a theory out there that, and this is far out there, and I'm not saying I believe this theory, but check this out. They're saying that it's possible that when alien visitation happened before humans were on the planet, but there was apes on the planet, that they tweaked the DNA to make us evolve into humans. That there was alien. So there's intelligent creation on one hand, and then partway through the evolution kicked in with some outside high-tech interference from aliens. What do you think about that?
You can make up any kind of story. So, people do it all the time. Have you been to the movies lately? Go to the library. It's full of books.
Yeah. Speaking of that, have you? And I don't have anything with this, but have you seen the growing list of places where they got like 50 Shades of Grey in a high school library and shit like that? Have you seen this?
No.
Oh yeah. Parents are all up in a tizzy about this stuff. Not just that one book, but there's other books talking about, oral sex and all this stuff. Plain English, they're talking about it. And I'm like, well, I get it, but I'm not sure the school should be supplying that information.
Right, yeah. There's public libraries downtown that could take care of that. We don't need it at the school.
We don't want to go there because that's where homeless people go to take a shit.
Yeah. Do they even have books anymore?
Yeah.
Why have books?
Well, pretty soon, once Musk is done with us, you're going to get a wire with a USB on the end of it attached to your head, and you're going to plug into a screen so somebody can examine you inside and out.
Yeah.
Or you're going to lay in a med bed, and they're going to run a red light over you and fix you automatically.
Yeah, think with like a Kindle. Can't you get like books in the public library? You know, why go to a library?
Kindle,
like
is
I
that
said,
still around? Kindle?
Yeah, believe it or not. And then actually they've gotten better.
Really?
Friend, of course, has one. Yeah, she's got one. It's kind of cool looking, and it doesn't look like the dry black and white one that they started off with. I guess umpteenth years ago.
So again, that's
kind of cool.
That's just for books and stuff, magazines, whatever. It's just for that. You can't really use that platform for any other internet connectivity or talking or messaging.
I don't know. She might be able to. It's an Amazon thing, so I'm sure she can go like on Amazon and buy stuff.
Well, maybe what she'll do is when she's on the Neptune balloon going into space, maybe she'll read her Kindle while she's up in space. How many people do that?
Well, that's kind of cool. That's cool, kind of a cool Christmas decoration.
Yeah, well, check this out. This is according to Wesh.com. It's all over the place, but I pulled it from Wesh, the information here. Spaceship Neptune offers comfortable, more affordable trip to space. That's how folks at Space Perspective are pitching their new spaceship. If you can ride on a commercial airplane, you can fly on Spaceship Neptune. This guy is this person, Jane Poitner, the founder and CEO of Space Perspective. She goes on to say, when you fly on Space Neptune, you're going to space at a very gentle 12 miles an hour, so there's no G-force. See, it's like a balloon.
That I was wondering, like it looks like it's kind of tethered to something up there.
The whole environment is set up to be able to share this experience with people both in the capsule, on the flight, and on the ground. And I got a couple supporting pictures for that. Check it out. Yeah. There's the inside. Now, have you ever been up like in the Space Needle or in a tall building in New York where they have that?
Yeah.
That's what it looks like. It looks like a lounge where you could look out over the horizon of the Earth.
Like you're inside the crown of the Statue of Liberty.
Yeah, there's another one right there. Yeah, they're up against the window there. They're taking pictures of Earth. Now, these are all, artist renderings, of course. Well, I don't know. Maybe they're not. Maybe they're already doing this shit. We don't know.
The world's only carbon-neutral spacecraft.
Yeah. They say the journey lasts about 6 hours using a state-of-the-art space balloon. 2 hours rising up, 2 hovering over the edge of space, and 2 descending back down, ending in a splashdown in the ocean. Anyone can buy tickets. Did you see the article? I sent you the link. Did you see it?
No, dude.
Okay, good. How much do you think it is per person?
I'm going to say $48,000.
Now, mind you, I'll give you one more chance here. They've already sold out of tickets for 2024, the first year they plan to operate, but 2025 tickets are still available.
All right. So I'm going to go for $7,500.
Nope. $125,000 a person.
That's amazingly BS.
I know, but see, that's a lot more doable than those other programs have been putting people in space for millions or whatever.
And this looks more comfortable.
This is the Spirit Airlines of going to space. This is the Allegiant Air. This is JetBlue.
Is Spirit Airlines.
Yes. Nice. Imagine losing your luggage at this shit. Imagine the luggage thing opening up and your shit flying around in space around you.
Nice.
Here's my question. How do they control it at that edge of space? Inside. How do they control it at the edge of space? What do they use?
You really can't.
Well,
but
what's
you really
to stop
think
them
about
from
it,
going deeper in space? Not stopping.
Well, the amount of helium that's inside the balloon, when it goes into space, expands to a certain amount. and that's a mathematical equation.
But
and that kind of tells you
it doesn't look
where
like
you're going to land.
it doesn't look like a helium balloon because the body of the balloon holds the people. See, it's got a lounge
No,
area.
dude. Go to the picture of the whole outside.
Okay.
Back up one more.
Hang on, I'm getting there.
Oh, Jesus Christ, Mike.
I know.
Right, so
I thought that was
looks
the
like
original one. I guess it's
no,
not.
dude. The original one showed the outside where you could see the windows, and it looks like there's trees inside,
Okay,
but there's
hang
not.
on. Hang on. I'm on it
But
now.
if you look
there
at
we
it,
go.
it looks like an ornament from a Christmas tree.
Right.
Now you see on the top,
Yeah.
there's cables.
Oh,
Those
so there's a
cables-
balloon above that, you think?
Yeah, those cables above it reach up to probably a weather balloon.
Mm.
One that like Felix Bamberger and my cousin Nick used for their skydiving.
Nice.
Yeah. So,
I like
I would
it
say
that,
there's a weather balloon above it.
I
Now,
like
what
it
I'm wondering is, the weather balloon obviously could take you up. The weather balloon really can't take you down slowly.
that's
the
what
only
I'm
way
asking.
down,
They start releasing it?
yeah, like a balloon.
So what happens if they release too much at one time? You start rocketing down to Earth, I guess, huh?
Yeah, well, I'm sure there's a solenoid switch and there's a parachute. So worst case scenario, at about 50,000 feet, this freaking parachute will deploy, and then you come sailing down that way, and that's still going to take you like 40 minutes. But yeah, if they're saying it's going to take you 2 hours to come back down, that's not a parachute scenario. That's
Now, can you do helium while you're up there? Will your voice change?
Can you
Yes,
do helium
it's-
when you're up in the helium balloon?
yeah, we'll just pump helium directly into the capsule.
See, we have to go. We have to have somebody sponsor us. $250,000. We could do our show from there. And we can
Right,
dress
right.
up like the Lollipop Guild from Wizard of Oz. And when we're up in space, we represent the Lollipop Guild from Wizard of Oz. No? Nothing? Crickets?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, crickets.
Nice.
Yeah.
Johnny on the spot with sound effects, Mike.
I was impressed though, not bad.
All right, here's something like, we're still kind of talking about Musk and the aliens and all this stuff. Hang on, I'm getting there. Jesus.
Next.
That is a Tesla 3.
Okay.
There's a driver that claims his Tesla froze while driving 83 miles an hour on a California freeway. The computer
Good.
went down. Nothing happened. He had no control over the accelerator or nothing. He had absolutely no control. 83 miles an hour.
Probably looking for a paycheck.
He says,
remember?
it's according to Springfield News Ledger. This is USA Today was involved in this too. This guy's name is Javier Rodriguez. Imagine that in California. The vehicle's owner, Javier Rodriguez, in Los Angeles, said the vehicle's buttons and switches, including turn signals and hazard lights, were not working and the accelerator was not responding. The brakes did work. Rodriguez made it off the road. A California Highway Patrol officer helped Rodriguez get off the freeway where the car was towed. He says, quote, "I noticed that it's starting to get hot in the car and there started to be a weird scent coming. I was nervous that if I were to brake a whole lot that I wouldn't be able to gain the speed again to keep up with the traffic and get around cars. I was nervous somebody was going to slam into me." He says he needs more explanation. He says, "I'm on the freeway and this happens at 83 miles an hour. Everybody's saying, well, we fixed it. But he needs an explanation." What say you, Mike?
I'm sure the speed limit wasn't 83 miles an hour, so you need to just hold your horses, buddy. Now, remember when they had a problem with the accelerator on the Prius?
Yes.
And everybody said the accelerator was getting stuck.
Right.
And then there was a guy out there, like the last story you heard about Priuses and that whole thing, was a guy who just floored it and went through the highways in Los Angeles at top speed, saying that his accelerator was stuck, and he called 911. My accelerator's stuck, and it came out that the guy was just looking for a payday, that his accelerator was not stuck, and he was doing it himself.
Wow.
Yeah, it's possibly this guy's doing that, just looking for his payday.
Wow.
with his Tesla 3.
Well, Tesla just delivered 310,000 vehicles in the first quarter this year. And that's despite all the logistic issues that they have. You can't find one. If you're looking to buy one, you're waiting a long time, dude. It's crazy.
I'll tell you, the place that I bought my Mustang from was an incredible, like auto mall type place. Like you went in and they just unbelievable. They had like boards and boards of cars you could just look at, and they had like all the high end cars inside this massive showroom, and they were anything from like 68 Camaros in there to all these Teslas. They had all kinds of cars. It's unbelievable the amount of cars they had in this place. And you go in and we're like, yeah, we're here to see this specific car. And they're like, okay, wait here. And someone brought it up and we took it for a ride. We come back and they have a wheel you spin and you win prizes. And then you go off to the other guy. It's amazing, this car dealership in Stafford, Texas. But yeah, they had all kinds of Teslas at this place. This was back in October, September 2016. So yeah, there was plenty of used ones there.
Well, I just changed the picture on if you're watching us live, twitch.tv/both mics, or if you're looking at the video on YouTube or Facebook or Twitter. This is a Mercedes that I put up here on a picture. Do you remember hearing not long ago, we talked about it on the show, that Elon Musk was looking to buy Daimler Chrysler, which owns Mercedes? Do you remember that?
And I was going to say, before you start this story, remember we talked about Elon Musk wanting to buy Mercedes? Now we know why.
Well, exactly. Mercedes electric concept car drove 626 miles across Europe without recharging.
Yep.
Most cars, like Tesla's cars, the Model S and the Lucid Air, they drive 200 to 300 miles on a full battery.
Yeah. So he found this out before it hit the mainstream news and said, well, if I can't do it, I'll just buy it.
That's right. He's following that principle I talked about on the show, too, a while back, where my dad worked for that company, and the guy bought another company, fired a guy, and sold it back off because he could. I mean, this is the fuck you money we're talking about here.
Yeah, well, he'll buy it. He'll say, okay, now the technology's mine. I'm going to sell the rest of the company.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy. This car is called the Vision EQXX. It started its journey in Germany. Say that 10 times. Its journey in Germany before passing through Swiss Alps and northern Italy on its way to the southern coast of France. Can you imagine the guy that's your job? Okay, we want you to take this brand new Mercedes and cruise around Europe for 626 miles. Okay.
So if he was going through the Alps, he wasn't just going on flat roads, you know? And you would think, okay, 600 miles on flat roads all downhill. Sure, you can do it, but not through the Alps.
The road trip included 87 mile per hour stints on the Autobahn, mountain passes, rain, and temperatures ranging from 37 to 64 degrees Fahrenheit. At the end of its journey, the Vision EQXX still had 87 miles of range left, accounting to the theoretical range exceeding 700 miles.
Wow.
On a charge.
That's like from here to Washington, D.C.
And I think for our coverage here, they ought to give me one of these cars as a reward.
Any color but white.
Or actually, I could say I don't believe it, and I have to prove it through a testimonial.
Yes, exactly.
Drop one of those off at my doorstep. I'll do a testimonial for you online.
Is it 123 Easy Street?
Yeah. This Tesla's longest range model, the Model S, goes for $100,000.
Wow.
It's rated by the Environmental Protection Agency for up to 405 miles of range. The $170,000 Tesla, the Lucid Air, is the current range king at 520 miles. So this Vision X isn't quite really out yet, I guess, but it's coming.
Unreal.
The concept car was aided by a solar roof, which Mercedes says can add 16 miles of range on a journey of 1,000 kilometers.
We'll take what you can get, I guess.
In the end, the Vision EQXS is just a concept car, so don't necessarily look for this at Mercedes tomorrow. It's not going to be there.
Right. Yeah. Solar panels on your roof. It's just one more thing to break and to need repair.
Well, we're still in
Right.
the world of the automotive industry. If you own a Toyota, you might want to listen carefully. You might want to run to the web, the Google box, and type in your VIN number. Toyota's recalling 460,000 vehicles due to a software problem.
Imagine that.
The recall covers vehicles from 2020 to 2022 model years, including the Toyota's brands Venza, Mirai, the RAV4 Hybrid, the RAV4 Prime, the Sienna Hybrid, the Highlander Hybrid. Also included are Lexus models LS500H, LX600, NX350H, and NX450H Plus.
I wonder if they're all made in the same factory.
Sounds like it from what, what's happened here.
Yeah.
In the news release, the company says that when the vehicles are restarted, in rare cases, the software may not automatically switch the system into the on mode. That can disable the system, which uses a computer to individually brake wheels to help drivers keep control. Sorry, I don't mean to laugh. So
No?
So
Yeah.
what they're saying is they're like, all right, well, we'll have something figured out in June. In the meantime, go fuck yourself. You know what I mean?
In the meantime, drive with both feet.
Yeah, it's fucking crazy. All right, it's time for my third favorite part of the show here. As soon as I pull it
Yes.
up here, here it is.
Yes.
Here it is right here. Get off my lawn.
Okay.
Get off my lawn. Not in this lifetime, Sonny. Well, I think you're an overeducated 27-year-old version. There's a Mexican, a Jew, and a colored guy go into a bar. The bartender looks up and says, "Get the fuck out of here." Get off my lawn. Used to stack fucks like you 5 feet high in Korea. Use you for sandbags. Can't you people just leave me alone? Get off my lawn. You'd think the cold would keep all the idiots out. What are all you fish heads looking at?
Oh my god, I just love to get off my lawn so much. I really do. I really
Nice.
do. All right, so
What's
this,
happening?
This episode's Get Off My Lawn guy. Did he do it? Just look at his picture. Did he do it?
He's guilty of something. Yep.
It's
And
according
I
to
see the-
clickorlando.com. Man used a 78-year-old Florida woman's credit card to buy 11 Gibson Les Paul guitars, deputies said. Volusia County
Yeah, I'm
deputies they're looking for this guy who's been accused of using 78-year-old woman's credit card to purchase around $17,000 worth of items, including 11 guitars. He's in the Get Off My Lawn guy because doesn't he look old? He's only 49.
Wow.
Looks old. His name, Mystery Shiloh Demarest. Mystery
What?
Shiloh Demarest. That's his name. He was given access to the elderly victim's bank card after she allowed the suspect to move into her home to help her as she cared for her sick husband. Now, would you let that dude move into your house, Mike? With the tattoo on his neck and the one eye kind of jagged from getting in a bar fight with the razor stubble?
Wow. I didn't see the tattoo on the neck. I thought it was part of the beard at first, but yeah.
Not that there's anything wrong with having a tattoo on your neck or a beard. Look, I'm sporting a big beard, dude. I'm just saying there's certain profiles that people have.
Yeah.
And
Well, and the profile is you have a tattoo on your neck or your hands. You've made more than one bad choice in your life. More than likely, you're a cook at a restaurant somewhere, and yeah, we call that bad at life in our household here.
my first management gig in a restaurant business, I was 20 years old. I was GM of a restaurant I wasn't old enough to drink in, okay? So I had to interview people, and I had to learn how to interview people real quick. So one of my very first interviews, this guy comes in wanting a dishwasher job. So I'm talking to him a few minutes, and he's got his knuckles out on the table. Now, do you remember back in the Blues Brothers movie how they show their knuckles, and one says Jake, and then the other one says Elwood on two hands like that?
Right, right.
He had FTW on his knuckles. And at the time, I didn't know what that meant. So I asked him, what... I see you got FTW. Your name doesn't start with F. What is FTW for? He goes, fuck the world. I'm like, oh, yeah, you're hired. Come on in. You know, like, what the fuck, man? I was like, well, nice knowing you. Fuck the world on your knuckles. And you're showing that to me, asking me for a job.
Well, at least it didn't say left and right, RITE, on opposite hands.
All right, so days after the victim gave Demarest her bank card to use at Publix, large packages started showing up at the house with Demarest's name on them. According to investigators, Demarest told the victim his girlfriend was responsible for the purchased packages and promised her he would return everything for a refund. The victim then lost contact with Demarest, and upon checking her bank records, found 11 unrefunded charges at Guitar Addict and Reverb.com, a plane ticket charge, a hotel room charge, and a $318 DeLand extra space storage charge. This guy's planning on storing the shit in storage, using the stolen card, putting the stolen merchandise he bought at the stolen, and then getting a plane to go somewhere else. Can't they track where he went?
Yeah. Oh God.
When
How stupid can you be?
When the victim checked on the storage unit, she discovered the rent was past due and the unit had gone up for auction online.
Wow.
The victim and her attorney were able to find the auction listing at storagetreasures.com with a photo of the unopened unit showing several guitar cases and other music equipment inside.
Wow.
Detectives say they obtained a search warrant and found 11 Gibson Les Paul guitars, 2 Marshall reverb boards, 7 large speakers, a drum set, and several music stands inside the storage unit.
Amazing. And he probably doesn't play guitar. He probably can't carry a note, can't carry a tune in a bucket.
I just don't get any. I mean, aren't you suspicious at these guitar stores when a dude's like, I mean, because most people buy one. Maybe if you're a rock star, you pick up 1 or 2 or 3 guitars when you're looking or you're gonna buy. Weren't these places alarmed that he was buying 4 and 5 guitars and amps and all that? I mean,
well, it depends. You know, if you go to Guitar Center, you know, maybe if you if you go into a mom and pop place, they just want to make money. You know.
Crazy.
Yeah, that's stupidity. Well, I'm sure the woman got all her money back, and this guy will go to jail.
I'm in the market for a Les Paul.
Right?
I'll give her something. Here's what some of the loot looked like here. If you're looking at twitch.tv/both mics, or if you're on YouTube or whatever.
Wow.
Crazy,
nice.
Huh?
You think he would have, you know, gotten a little variety of guitars, not just the same darn ones.
Right? We talked about Kohls. We talked about them in our last couple
of shows. Are they out of business yet?
Kohl's reportedly weighing a $9 billion takeover from a vitamin shop owner. The owner-operator of retail chains, this is according to Footwear News. I don't know how I got there. The owner and operator of retail chains that include the Vitamin Shop. It's like Shop E. It has 2 P's with an E at the end. Buddy's Home Furnishings.
It's French.
Yes.
It's French.
Buddy's Home Furnishings and Pet Supplies Plus has reportedly placed a $9 billion offer to acquire the retail chain. See, this is where I think Musk ought to buy this. And then he can discontinue the relationship with Amazon to fuck with Bezos.
Right. And then sell it.
Yes, and then sell it. Yes. make a ton of money in the process.
Right.
They're looking to pay around $65 per share for Kohl's. Yada, 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 yada. Yada, yada. Your wife's interested in that story. I'm not. Let's move on. I'm going right into it. Now, we got like 5 minutes to go, but I'm going to go right into something you don't see every day, okay? I want you to describe this. I'm going to put this video up, Mike, and I want you to describe to everybody what you see on something you don't see every day, okay?
Okay. I'm ready. And is that human? Is she a human?
Yeah. No, that's real,
yeah.
dude.
One of my favorite sayings is, sometimes people just need to be chased with a stick.
That would be her.
Someone needs to chase her. Someone needs to chase her with a stick.
Well, describe to everybody what we're seeing here.
What's your thought process there? Okay, woman, black hair, plastic surgery to the max. Just her lips look like if you licked them and stuck her to a wall, she'd stick. And ginormous, hoppity hop size breasts. with bad tattoos, bad
All
prison
over.
tattoos.
She's got tattoos on every part of her body.
Yeah.
She's got breasts so big you could fit a tattoo of my entire face on the side of her boob.
Correct. Yeah.
And
like I said, she needs to be chased with a stick.
She's got those super weird lips with that. You could tell plastic surgery, cheekbones. She's probably got $100,000 in plastic surgery, easily.
Yeah, and probably has never worked a day in her life.
She's got a Kourtney Kardashian added butt. She's got tattoos on every part of her body that you can see. And there's nothing wrong with any of this stuff. But together, it's just way overboard, dude. It's just too much.
Exactly. It looks like she's at some resort in Vegas or something.
Yeah, that's exactly where it is. So if you're just listening, if you're on the podcast side and you're just listening, you want to go check that out. Of course, you could see the video on YouTube, on Twitter, on Facebook. We'll have it everywhere. So go catch that video. I'm going to do it one more time just to look at it because it's almost like a freak show. It's like a carnival thing. You ever go to a concert and see those people? You're like, what? That's really a thing?
Unreal.
Hoppity hop sized breast hanging out of a string top, halter top dress, hugging her Kim Kardashian ass with her chain purse slinking, her pink high heels, tattoos on every part of her body.
Yeah. Seeing better heads on beer.
Yeah, none of that is attractive to me, dude. None of it.
Exactly. How does she sleep?
On her back?
Flat on her back? But she's not going to be flat on her back with that big artificial boosted up butt.
Maybe she has I've seen women do this at the beach where they dig holes in the sand because they want to lay, and I get it.
On a waterbed. Is it a waterbed?
She would have to get like a backhoe to dig a trench for her or something. Jesus. That jet black hair with the giant eyelashes. She's who shows up as your hooker, so I'm told, when you order a petite blonde. This shows up. I can't hear you.
Of course, I have my mic muted. And of course, she's probably, she's there at night, probably